Hey, God's Unofficial Music here, back again. Kind of doing a review. So, I decided, I got a little bit of a collection now of gear over the years. I just figured, why not review it? My favorite all-time headphone set has always been and probably will always be the Sony MDR 7506. I just think that's like the prototype. Like, you never go wrong with it. Are there better headphones out there in the world? I'm sure there are, you know, like the $2,000 kits and all that stuff, but I mean, at the end of the day, there's a reason why the Sony brands, they don't go away. They're timeless. I mean, it's just a great balanced sound. The only thing I don't like about the Sony MDRs is that they were always really fragile. I've bought like 3 or 4 of them within the past 3 years. I'm gonna do this video right now dedicated to the Sennheiser HD Pros. I don't know if you guys can see it. Sennheiser HD 280 Pros. When I bought these, I did it because I had seen a lot of negative critiques of Sennheiser brand products everywhere, and I wanted to see, is it really that bad? And also, I wanted to compare it. I needed like a headset that was stronger than the Sony headsets. They're super fragile, like I said. I bought these. First thing I want to complain about was the price. I got them at Amazon. They were like damn near $200. You can get the Sonys for $120, $160 or something like that. We're almost $200. So that was the first strike against it right off the bat. My second strike was the sound quality. Now let's talk about the sound quality. Do I think they sound better than a Sony MDR 7506? The answer to that is no. Do I think they sound better than the ATH-X50s? No. In fact, this might be one of the weirdest sounding headphones I've ever had. And I mean weird in the fact that they're extremely mid-rangey. Okay? Extremely mid-rangey. And part of the reason why it took so long to do a video like this was because I wanted to make sure I was fully adjusted to it before I made any kind of opinions on these. Now, I've had these for I guess over 6 months now, so sound quality on these are very strange, especially for something that's the price it is. The stereo imaging is probably my least favorite thing about these. They're very, very narrow sounding. I mean, unless something in the song is panned like close to 100% in either direction, you cannot really hear any type of stereo imaging in this at all. And the weirdest part of the stereo image is that because the whole frequency of this headphone is so mid-rangey, it almost sounds like everything in the mid-range had some kind of a collapsed stereo field. So everything in the mid-range being like 500 hertz, right? It's like mono, so like you can't hear any kind of directional anything going on. So for the most part, everything here is completely mono. When I first heard them, I thought they sounded really flat, and not in a good way. Like, the Sony flat means like you had a perfectly accurate signal. This is flat, like everything sounds dull and bland. I plugged these into my interface, and the first thing I noticed was the kick drums and stuff in the song sounded pretty good. Like if you're listening to rock or some kind of, you know, genre with like acoustic drums. First thing you'll notice is that there was like an exaggerated kind of thump. It's probably that mid-rangey aspect coming into play. It was only when I took these out of the interface and plugged them directly into my headphones that I started actually enjoying them. Within my laptop, I have an EQ setting built into the audio driver, so I can actually make them sound the way I would prefer to hear the music. What else do I not like about these headphones? They squeeze your head really tight, so obviously you can extend these. It's pretty big. Nice extension. There, I know it's canceling, so they do a pretty good job of canceling out the noise. But after like 45 minutes to an hour, you really feel your head like just just being crushed. Now, it doesn't feel terrible at the same time because the pads on these are so thick. These are probably the best pads I've seen in any headphone speaker, or I guess under $200. So these are good pads. They last on you for a long time. I've never replaced them. Whereas with the Sonys, I was replacing those all the time. Could they isolate noise better? Possibly. I feel like the Audio-Technica ones actually isolated sound better. Not to say that they're bad at isolating noise. These are very well-built headphones. They're very strong. All the parts of it are very thick. And probably my favorite part about it is the head cushion thingy here. I tend to need a lot of lotion on my hair, for example. So this thing never really gets greasy at all, and it doesn't mess up the shape of my hair. So that's actually very important if you're someone like me and you take your hair care very seriously. After getting used to it, whenever I listen to these headphones again, I actually enjoy it. And that's the irony part. You're asking me now, why would you say this sounded weird? And then you're saying you enjoyed the sound, and then you're saying they don't sound bad. Well, it's like this. You always need a pair of headphones that can show you how to mix your song. You need a pair of headphones that you can enjoy listening to music on in general. Actually, I took this headphone to a real recording session one time. These ones were absolutely perfect in that environment for the simple fact that the Audio-Technicas were too bright, and they were running through a headphone amp hub type thing. So it'd be like, you know, you've got the amp and it's got like 4 ports. So all our headphones were running through those ports and running, you know, into whatever console or whatever. But this was the best sounding. I'm very sensitive to treble at all, so like I really can't deal with most treble boosts. Anything that has too much treble literally can like give me headaches. For mixing, I'm gonna say no. Don't mix on these headphones. They're not neutral, they're not flat, they don't sound balanced, they don't sound great, and worst of all, the stereo field in it is totally like collapsed to the point where unless something is going 100% to the left or the right, you really don't notice it at all. So everything kind of sounds mono-ish. So, mono-ish, is that even a word? I think I just made up a word. So I guess my review of the Sennheiser HD 280 Pros is, I don't know, 5 out of 10, maybe a 6 out of 10. They're great for certain instances, not great for others. Very strong build. My favorite thing about the build, besides the hair rubber thing, which by the way is actually Velcro, and you can, you know, like, open it up, wipe it off really quick, tape it back on, no problem. But my favorite part of this headset besides that is the telephone cord. I love telephone cord wire headphones because they give you extreme length. Like you've got like a yard, but at least a cord. They don't damage themselves or break as easily, which means that you don't have to worry about replacing them at all. Sony MDRs have the same telephone cord, but they use a really cheap type of cable. This is a very strong cable here. I don't know what kind of plastic they use on those Sonys. It's cheap, but I mean, besides that, these ones are excellent. It comes with a adapter extension, gold, a mix of gold and some other metals, so you know you get higher quality signals. They cancel noise out really well. There are better noise canceling headphones out there, and more comfortable noise canceling headphones, more importantly. But at the same time, these have the best pads of any headphones I've ever seen. They're extremely comfortable. And I guess after a while, I got used to the tightness of these headphones, so I can't really complain too much about them either. These sound better going directly into your computer, actually going through an interface. So if you have to put it through an interface, that's cool too. So that's my review of the Sennheiser HD 280 Pros. Do you guys like them? What are your thoughts? Leave a comment. Please sign up to my newsletter. I'll be doing more of these. It's easy, it's fun. And this was a review of the Sennheiser HD280 Pros. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. If you like it, let me know. If you don't, let me know. I'll be back with another one. Peace.